Okay, pawn to d4. And we get f5. Okay, now this might be interesting. f5. So we're not going to be able to put our knight in on on the e5 square. I would say this is one of those openings where if you do the exact setup, you're just not going to achieve anything. Like, I don't know why we would just do that when there's no knight e5 future at all. Now, it's possible that he kind of messes up and we get one, but I would say this is probably one where I would put my bishop a bit more modestly. And we just have to go for a different type of setup here. Bring our rooks to the middle. Probably try to play e4 as well. So some pressure there. I think e4 is what we want to do. Just everybody takes there. Okay, we see knight b6. Definitely e5 is a consideration, but I do want to open the position. So I'm thinking a bit more like bishop d3, lined up right on that king. We see e6. I think d5 makes sense. d5 loosens up this pawn, and then we get to take the pawn we're really after, which is the f5 pawn. Yeah, we get to take here. This is covered by the knight. So we can take on e7. We can go knight d5. I think taking like this, bringing the other rook, and then maybe, for example, queen f7, knight e4 looks like a move I would try. Knight e5, or knight d5, knight e4, knight h4 even. Takes, bishop takes, and we have rook e7. Rook e7, queen takes here. Queen g4, always an option, just to see what the reaction is going to be. Throw a check in. King e6 actually walks into knight d4 mate, which is definitely makes things easier. The Dutch, interesting. Yeah, you almost never see this opening, especially not at this rating. So this was interesting to play against. I definitely don't recommend playing the usual setup here because black's probably going to play e5, e4, and it really doesn't work out well. So yeah, I would not put the bishop there, and I would also not put the knight there. And if I'm going to put the knight on c3, same thing for black. It makes more sense to play c5 or c4 first. And just brought the pieces to the middle and open things up. If my opponent's playing like moves to the side of the board here, it's time to open everything right up the middle of the board, as always. maybe 800 Nerlin, something like that. Okay, we'll go d5, e6. In this one, I think we probably will be able to achieve our setup pretty nicely because our opponent's not really doing a setup that combats it at all. Okay, probably want to do nothing for the moment. I think this one is about to happen, and then we can maybe take and play e5. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, he doesn't really have any pawns in the center, so play maybe c5, queen c7. Here maybe there's d5, yeah. Can we threaten d3? Well, he's got this move. I think he can probably still hold things together here. Yeah, this... I mean, if he'd just thrown this move in, it would have been good. Queen here. Unfortunately, the knight on e2 hangs, and then the rook on a1 hangs, and maybe the knight on d2 will also hang. Everything's hanging. Just off the back of knight e5. So I feel like we never get the best examples with when we play the black pieces, but lots of hanging stuff, that's for sure. That never changes. I think we can play rook takes just because the queen coming up is so powerful. Like, it can be prevented with f3, but I think this will make our conversion quicker / easier. Probably a knight move. Even knight e4 should do the trick. Queen here, there. Yeah, maybe knight g4. Definitely can't be taken. I'm wondering what the next idea is. Well, that doesn't give me a tough decision. Yeah, lots and lots of hanging material. Okay. This is our exact setup that we're going for. So we have it, but again, it's against like a sort of hippo setup here. So nothing too interesting. And I think we would probably just play in the center here. Maybe double the rooks or something like that. All right, d4, the beginning of all things good. 97. And thus begins our opening. So it looks like we are definitely going to get the pieces where they need to be. Again, we're not... First of all, we can't take it, but we're also not interested. Okay, goes b6. I'm telling you, he's really getting me thinking about knight there, but let's just go bishop d3. Knight there. Sure. Should we go a3 and just prevent that? Why the heck not? Now, this move really makes me think that maybe bishop a6 is going to be played. Now, I don't happen to think that bishop a6 is an amazing move, but I do happen to think that it's what he wants to do. And if he wants to do it, then I don't want him to do it. This does not look bothersome. Still, b4 comes to mind. So, yeah, can't say that looks like there's anything wrong with this. And if our opponent plays d5, we're pretty happy to see that. This is actually an interesting move. I'm surprised to see it. Knight f4, though, is a clear intention. And we do not want to allow knight f4 to take our bishop. That's not a good feeling. For that reason alone, I'm thinking about g3. Even though g3 is not really a move I would be too proud of. But I don't really know how else to prevent that, so sure. g3. h6. Well, c4 now makes a lot of sense. I could definitely see that. Let's do that one. d5 also opens the bishop. There's a pin. Let's just castle. I think let's play rook e1 and ooh, knight there unfortunately is going to be a rough looking move. We can just take this. And no matter how we take, the rook is going to be hanging there. So yeah, it kind of all looks good. d5 can be played, but I don't think I'm too concerned about that. Let's take here. Take here. Yeah. Queen takes there. We can take with a check. Even offer him a trade. He's got a fianchettoed rook, which is definitely not a good thing, as you can probably guess. Well, this is definitely our opening here. Right here. This is what it looks like. We want a castle, queen e2, knight e5, but again, just weird opening moves. a5, a4, knight d5, h6. Like, my opponent's allergic to castling. It was such a weird game. And finally, we get castled. Felt like he should have done the same, but he got too greedy to take that pawn, and then there's nothing he could do. Okay, we do get d4. This is a good thing. Oh, okay. The slow move. Let's also go for some moves here. Gonna cover that square. These are my next two moves. Bishop to d6, knight d7, and hey, this is a great example. We finally got one with the black pieces. This is like a prime example. We have the bishop here. We're not interested in playing c5. We have this bishop here. I'm definitely liking the type of position that we have here. I would say a pretty normal follow-up would be like queen e7, knight e4, rook e8. Basically any one of these moves looks pretty normal to me. Let's go right in with the knight. Sure. We're at 700 ELO, so the likelihood that he just takes it and we win the game is very high. And look at this. This bishop on b7, I'm telling you, everybody forgets it. It's so crazy to me. Like, it feels like I'm not doing anything this speedrun except just winning pieces with my fianchettoed bishop. It's really not difficult. Don't miss it again. Don't miss it again. He does see it, but, you know, even in seeing it, there's still a blunder to be had. Queen d5, technically a fork here. f3 is probably necessary to cover the diagonal. But then the knight's going to drop. d5, opening up the bishop. Feels like taking here is almost just a nice, simple way to get all the material off the board. Because I feel like this, you know, there is a queen g5 move to be had. I'm still going to do it, but I did think of knight takes f3. I think queen g5 is kind of tricky because you could easily take here thinking you're winning and blundering mate. But we can handle this move with f6, with h6, no matter what. The queen is going to be booted off the g5 square. And now I think we can take this for real. Rook f1. Sidestep with our queen. And if I just eliminate the e-pawn, then the d-pawn, and finally I should be able to get some mate there. So golden question, how do we do that? Let's go rook e8. Looks good enough to me. And yeah, just take this with a check. Hey, maybe I forget to take the queen, honestly. I can see it. I can see it. I respect it. We're up to 741. This was a great example of our system with the black pieces. First time we actually got it like 100%. And then, yeah, what do you do from here? I think these two moves plus a knight into the middle are the exact plans you'd want to go for. And lo and behold, the guy just takes it and we win the game immediately. So a high percentage move right there. Is there any moment I would take back the pawn with my knight? I don't even know which knight you mean. Which one? This? This pawn? Zero. Yeah, 0%. I would never do it. It's never going to be a good move. You're always going to lose the whole center. And the whole point of taking and having your bishop here is you want to put the knight on e4. So, yeah, I would never do it. There are going to be positions in chess where, of course, it's going to be smart to do it. But if you're trying to play this opening, no, you should never do it. Which is easy to remember. Just never do it. It's not like, oh, there's this 1% time where you do. Nope, never. Never. Nice and easy. Okay, d4. Bring the knight out. Let's see how the opponent responds. And it's this one. I've been playing b3 against this. Let's see if this holds up to be a decent move. We have this. Definitely like bishop here, but one thing I'm going to do ahead of time is a3, because if the bishop goes here, I think we can just go bishop here, no problem. E3, knight d2, bishop out. So he can't play this. I would say the only move that looks aggressive is knight here. Apart from that, which black's not going to do, now I'm going to prevent it. I think black's in pretty big trouble here. And, well, there you go. It's the only thing he could think of. It just loses a pawn, so we're just going to go ahead and take that. But you can see how powerful this opening is already, because, I mean, if he doesn't play this, I straight up don't know what he does in that spot. Like, I have no idea. Here, with my bishops all pointing this way, including my queen, I'm liking the move h4 a lot. h5, ugh. That does not look like a move that you're too proud to play, put it that way. In this case, being up a pawn and really just trying to push this central pawn, I might do this. e6. And this will clear the way for the bishop, and especially if the bishop takes, then it feels like with the knight coming to g5, there must be some good stuff there, you know? We'll start with this check. King's got to slide over here. Bishop e6. Okay. We take. That's not stopping anything. This one might stop things. Let's go knight g5. Instead of taking, I'm going to try to make another threat. Rook e7 is a very likely move, for example. King there makes sense. Try to play queen check. Maybe long castle. Check here. And we'll get a nice quick mate in this one. I mean, that was a very one-sided game. But I'm telling you, this opening is starting to work really well. It doesn't look like much, or like the wins don't seem maybe as convincing, but it's because our opponents are sitting here just making stone cold blunders, giving away a pawn in the center. If he doesn't play this, what does he do? He can't play this. Bishops are stuck. Bishop can't go here, knight can't go there. There's no c5, no e5, no knight. I don't know what to recommend. Like, there's truly no moves. Bishop here, rook here, queen here to play e5. I'm going to put my knight on e5. I'm not going to let you play it. So this is a textbook example. If you play this opening and you stop your opponent from playing e5, thumbs up. If you stop them from playing knight e4, 2 thumbs up. You stop them from playing knight b4, 3 thumbs up. I'm telling you, if you do all 3 of those things, for sure your position is much better. So it's always a great feeling when you can reach here. If I even achieved one of those 3 things, I'd probably be happy. Most important is to prevent e5. That's for sure. And then these ones are kind of like 50-50. Like, both of them are a little bit annoying, but you got to prevent e5 no matter what. And if you're able to prevent this plus one of these 2, that's a great position. Both of them, it's an amazing position. Okay, Guillermo. Hey, we've been blessed with a lot of d4 games. This doesn't always guarantee our setup, but I have to say, for, you know, 500, 600, 700 ELO, you have to admit, guys, we've had a lot of... We have had a lot of games where we've got d4. It's like, it's great. It's a great feeling. And how many games have I won a damn piece in the center? Like, I mean, this is so simple. This is crazy. All right, bishop back. Again, we're just fully up material here. Got that extra piece. Queen e4 comes to mind here as a nice way to trade queens. And yeah, let's just take that. No need to overthink it. We're up a piece here. Again, trades. We're up a piece. We're interested in trades every single time. and we'll just bring our king up. Maybe it'll be another pawn for us to collect. We'll see. King's coming in. Can't be stopped. It is going to be another pawn for me. I suspected so. So what do we need? Bishop here, king here, and then bishop there, mate. Let's see. Let's see what we can do. All right, we're setting it up. Do I want that bishop? No, I want checkmate. Bishop c3 mate. GG. Guillermo. I've had it up to here with these blunders, guys. Come on. 600s, 500s, 700s. You're all the same. Everyone's just blundering a piece in the middle. It's just the game's not even competitive after that. All right, d4. Let's see what opening we get. We do just get e5. So yeah, I don't recommend trying any special setup. Just take the damn thing and go to the next one. Oh, this is gonna hurt. Yeah. Can't be playing e5 against me, boys. Put you right in the dirt where you belong. Don't even try. Don't even try. I definitely don't want to see anyone trying to like still make the setup happen. Against e5, just take it. Just take it. Next. Okay. d4. Let's see. We got d5. A little bit more standard. And e6. Okay. So let's have a look after e3. What can we do? We see knight c6. I'm going to go b3. And I will play a3 here. I'm going b3 because if I don't play b3 and I play a3 or knight here, I'm looking at my opponent playing this, and I don't know how to stop that. Normally, if I wasn't playing this system, I would just play c4, and this would never be a problem. But we're trying not to play c4. So how do I stop this that's coming? I need my bishop here. So that's why you see me going quickly with b3. But then, once I know that I have this next move to cover this, I'm not in a rush to play this. Does that make sense? I need to be able to play it, but if I don't see him threatening e5, I don't need to prevent it. So I'll probably use this move to play a3, more useful move. And now I'll play bishop b2 to stop that. Now I'll play knight d2. Again, this is covered. Now I'll play bishop d3, and we've hit the trifecta. e5 prevented, knight e4 prevented, knight b4 prevented. So most important thing in the opening system, don't let them play e5. He's literally threatening it. We have to play knight e5. It's mandatory. Mandatory. So there you go. And this is it. The guy's going here. I can't tell if he's trying to play f6 or okay, I guess he was just trying to take us. That's fine. But clearly a pretty good opening for us. So let's see what we want to do next. He's played bishop here. I'm definitely looking at these types of moves. f4 is definitely less good with the bishop on c5. I'm looking at queen g4. That looks pretty nice, especially rook g8 doesn't look good. Maybe he'll castle, but start to get a little, a little scared there. Not him, though. This guy's a unit. He doesn't get scared of nothing. But I'd be scared there. All right, what can we do now? Any threats for me? Any threats for me? I might start with this just to force the bishop away. like just so it can't come back this way. Just get that move out there as a starter. And what? Bring some pieces over here. I have a feeling he's just gonna have to play that. Okay, this one we're gonna take. I want to make sure that my bishops continue to operate there. And what can we do now? Let's move this queen somewhere, like maybe away from this. Okay, I'm looking at e4. What else are we looking at? I'd love to be able to use this bishop, but I'm just not sure that we have it just yet. Let's go knight here. I'm liking the look of this. The whole point of this opening is to play f4, f5. I've really not been able to do it because that bishop. So I like moving the knight out of the way and then doing it. There we go. That makes me happy. Then I'm doing the plan that I know we're supposed to do. Got our knight here, kind of holding the fort. I think bishop, I mean, it's really tough to say, but everything will be good there. But bishop seems right. You want to kind of keep that thing aimed where it's aimed right now. f5, almost certainly next move. I think he might, like, yeah, he almost has to play f6 at some point. We'll play f5. Double the rooks. Double the pressure. Tempting to take with the bishop. I wouldn't blame you if you did. Can't really be a bad move. Definitely interesting. I'm actually, I'll play it. Because I think after the knight takes, maybe rook to f1 could be troublesome for him. Yeah, and that's going to be mate right there. Tons of pressure. Basically every single piece working overtime here. Yeah, it's like a perfect attack. Everything's doing something. Doesn't mean that we're about to 100% win the game, but everything's working. So I think once we got knight here in f4, we were like cooking once again. Because this is the whole point of the opening. You want to play f4, f5, but we just couldn't really do it because of the bishop's placement. So once we realized slower approach, just like bring the knight, block the bishop, make way for the f pawn, all of a sudden the plans were very, very simple. So yeah, massively successful opening. We stopped this, stopped this, stopped this. And then we stopped e5 again by putting our knight there because it looks like you can't do anything about it. So you have to just occupy the square. All right. Once again with the white pieces. Once again with d5. Let's have a look. Never rushing to get that bishop out. Knight c6. I guess let's go with the b3 move. I really want to cover the e5 square. So let's go ahead and do that. And we'll stop this. Yeah, bishop there, I think is probably going to be met with just h3 here. We could also castle, but I suppose we'll do h3. Knight b4 here, I would just step back with my bishop and then kick the knight out and then return. Again, there's no way I'm ever letting that happen, so we'll play a3 next. Knight e4. Okay, well, let's play that a3 move. We got to be careful because... What? This is one of those moves you couldn't force me to understand. I don't know. Knight takes f2 from a 750 is that's one of a kind, folks. That's one of a kind. What? What just happened? My mouse wasn't even like... It didn't grab the king. It didn't go to f2. How did my king end up back here? What the... My mouse was off the screen. I go on the screen and it just like appears on F2. What the hell? Oh yeah, the old dad bod shuffle. Literally shuffling. We'll go here to guarantee ourselves a lot of trades because the bishop's hanging. Looks like the old shuffle baited him in. Should have known he would be in there with yet another sacrifice. Nothing stopping our boy, Gengar. Check. We can offer him another trade, I think. Or we can trade on C6, obviously. I think this might be a little bit nicer. We want to play D5. I like this move because after this, he's not going to want to trade queens with me, and instead he's going to get mated. It's going to be a sad day for him. Yeah, like I said, it's going to be a sad day. Ouch, Gengar, ouch. It hurts, doesn't it? Well, I got nothing to say. I mean, the guy's playing knight takes f2, right? What is this? Like, I just have no words for that. What is he thinking? I don't get it. Too many sacrifices. Not enough calculation. All right. Let's go for d4. And wow. Well, I mean, quick as a flash, we see the move e5. Like, what on earth? That was so quick. Okay. It's looking like bishop f4, knight d5 type of moment here. For example, if we do it right away, queen takes, knight takes and takes. Yeah, there's a bit of a disturbance with bishop b4 there, so we'll just do this instead. He goes there now. Let's just guard that. We're obviously not going to be playing knight e5 just yet. But we have knight f3. All of our moves are going to support our pawn. I feel like he's going to be in a tough spot here, especially with this one coming. Is this one of those? It's always, you never want to get it wrong. I think it's one of the bishop h6 positions, just because bishop h6 is not mate. So we should be able to play this. It's queen takes h6, queen h8. Sometimes queen c1 is checkmate, but we've developed our knight here, so if that's covered, we should be okay. Knight takes h6, loses the queen. I wouldn't say this is like 100% winning, but for example, bishop d7, you could get yourself mated. Knight d4, in my opinion, a very, very good move. I think we're just going to take this, though. Queen here can be played, but that's probably a little bit too fancy. Now, the goal is we want to play bishop g7, but if we did it now, knight c2 would happen. So I think we probably should just castle here. We can play bishop g7, but there's no way it's good. So knight f5 maybe. Gotta save this thing. Knight d4 was a good reaction from him. At least he did not lose more material. So you gotta credit him for that. He's faced with two big threats. He can solve them both by retreating the knight to one of those squares, and he does. So that stops bishop g7. That's a good thing for him. I'm seeing some threats from his knight here, so I'm actually going to play f3 to cover. I know this is hanging, but I feel it's a little bit more important to develop the pieces, so let's do that. This one comes with a threat of bishop takes and bishop g7, so that's always nice. Maybe bishop back or rook d2. We're definitely expecting that. Rook b6 if he wants to keep his piece. I think he's been a victim of, like, we've been, you know, a step ahead of him most of the moves this game, but you know, at his 776 rating, I feel like he would be pretty successful with the kind of vision that we've seen from him so far. And there you go. He's not even going to lose a piece here. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, okay. Well, don't look at that. Yeah, that first move pre-move. I guess that's the one thing about d4 is a lot of people pre-move e5 or play it no matter what. So it's helpful if you do know a thing or two about how to play against it, because I feel like you're going to see it pretty often, honestly. GG, and that's 800 with the Zukertort. I actually think we have been blessed with quite a decent amount of d4 from our opponents, so at least we've been able to mirror it and play d5 and get a semblance of our situation. And with white, we've definitely had some pretty instructive games. Not all of them, because to be frank, I mean, we've been playing people 800 or below. They've just been hanging stuff. That's just the reality. So we might be trying to set up the right system, but the guys are just out here hanging pieces in the middle of the board. It's been so common. I don't know what it is, but everyone's doing it. It happens. Just didn't realize it happened this often. But we've definitely had I would say probably like 5 like very instructive games. Thank you for making it to the end of another episode of the Colle Zukertort speedrun. It's definitely one of the easiest attacking weapons to learn in chess, so I hope that this series is making it easier to understand. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already and turn on post notifications so you do not miss our next episode.